Now, I've essentially rambled on about Hyrule Warriors twice before already. Once for when the original Wii U version came out 5 years ago, and then again when the 3DS version got released a year and a bit later. Am I going to gush about it a third time? Oh hell yes I am. So here's the basics. It's essentially a Dynasty Warriors game with Legend of Zelda characters, so you know what you're in for the moment you boot it up. It's the intensely satisfying feeling of mowing down hundreds upon hundreds of enemy units as you wade across the battlefield capturing territory and defeating enemy leaders, and also unleashing ridiculously flashy combos and special attacks, all while playing as some of the most iconic characters in Nintendo history. Speaking of characters, this game is probably the biggest amount of fan service I've seen since Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We have the characters you'd expect, those being Link, Impa, Zelda, Ganondorf and Sheik, fan favourites Midna, Girahim and Zant, and complete wildcards like Ruto, Twilight Midna and Agatha. DLC packs and expansions and other versions also give us characters from Link's Awakening, Wind Waker, Majora's Mask and Link Between Worlds. Hell, there's also a hefty bunch of original characters, some of which are based on recurring friends of the Zelda series like Wizdra and Folga, or are completely original, as is the case with Lana and Sia. Oh, and we also have female Link in the form of Linkle, who dual wields fully automatic crossbows. It's ridiculous. Also, holy crap, this game is just bursting with all kinds of content. Sure, you have the story mode, taking you to iconic locations from all the Zelda series, but you also have all the various challenge maps, unlockable weapons, costumes, and illustrations whose species you obtain by defeating Golden School tools in each of the levels. And all of what I've just mentioned is packed full of so many hidden references to the Zelda series, and practically no stone has been left unturned. While, yes, it did start out by only referencing Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, that has since been heavily expanded upon to include practically everything from the original NES Legend of Zelda, all the way up to and including Breath of the Wild. If Transformers Devastation was a love letter to the respective franchise, this is essentially a moonlight romantic serenade backed by a 50-person orchestra. So if you're a Zelda fan and plan on picking this one up, I highly recommend that you get the definitive edition for the Switch. It's got all the content of the previous versions and then some. Just be sure to clear your schedule for the next 6 months.